What's going on, y'all? Hope y'all having a great day. We're just jumping right into it. We're not doing no intro music, nothing. Ain't got time for that. Well, today I don't. I gotta get on the road and run some errands. I just want to do a quick video for this week to catch up. It's already September 1st today. My goodness. Yeah, I was out at the water again yesterday. I've been trying to get it in for the last bits of the summer. And also, I don't like to go out for Memorial Weekend. There's too many billions of people out. That shit sucks. Anyway, let's get into some price action. Plenty to talk about today. We got some pretty nice breakouts happening on the altcoins. You can see on total too is about to do a confirmed breakout as long as we close anywhere above 122.4. Looking pretty good. There is some interesting price discrepancies here. So you have, my God, Ethereum is on fire today. So you have the you have Bitcoin not participating really at all in this, which is very, very surprising. And we can see that ETH Bitcoin dominance. I mean, look at this. This is just like exploding. Testing these kind of pretty much all-time highs, I believe, or local highs. I'm sorry, all-time highs are way back here in the last pump. So I mean, this is pretty much flagging out and about to I mean, this is pretty crazy. I'm a little speechless. I mean, yesterday was a great engulfing candle, and it was like, oh, this is confirming breakouts, and it looks great above 3,300. So kind of what we were. Not predicting it. I don't like to predict. I like to prepare. But preparing for, if we got a daily above that, then it puts it bullish as hell above 3,300. And we did get it. So, I mean, this is pretty insane move today. I mean, what are we up? Almost about 9% roughly, $300. I mean, this thing is just taking off. It does kind of look like it wants to get up to... I mean, really, the next stop is just like the all-time highs. There's not really much up here to as a supply zone. So, I mean, maybe about 3,900-ish could have a little bit. Let's go look at the weekly. Yeah, about 3,900 is going to be probably a little bit of a pullback area. Still almost $200 away. But, geez, I mean, sorry. Unicorn Shirt Man is saying, suck it. Market, we got this. Very bullish chart on the futures. I mean, oh man, let me take this off. There we go. Very bullish chart. I mean, except for Bitcoin is just kind of sick. It's really, really odd for this, but hey, whatever. It is what it is. And these in the latter parts of bull markets, correlations just kind of are all over the place. You can even see that, in traditional markets, the Russell will be up 2-3%, and the NASDAQ will be flat or down. So just kind of have to treat everything individually. And right now, this thing is just in full bull green dildo mode right now. It is pretty damn intense. So not too bad for the bulls. Very good job, Unicorn Man. Bitcoin is just kind of boring. I don't really... I mean, it looks like it's probably going to play catch up, but as long as it's below 49.5, it's just kind of ranging. And whenever, assuming we get that breakout, then yeah, I would look for the test to that 51K area and probably higher, probably like mid 50,000s would be the area for the target if we do get above this little cluster here. And that's real easy. I mean, we can see this right here at about 49.5, like I said. Anything back below 46, same shit, different day for the last many videos. Probably 44. Then we have to start questioning the structure. And then 42 is the line in the sand for this to be, I think, like a fake little pumpy action, bull dump, or a bull trap. A bull dump. That's a new thing. Not saying that's happened. I'm just laying out the scenarios. And right now it's just super neutral. I mean, you can even see it on the oscillators. There's just nothing really going on. ETH, exact opposite. It's about to regain bullish posturing here. Pretty interesting. Litecoin. I mean, most other stuff is in its little ranges. So kind of odd that Ethereum's just taking really the big cake here. Taking all the cake, not even just a slice. You got ETC pumping pretty good. This will probably get some follow through if ETH can stay bid up, you know, just because it's a little baby clone of it. Let's look at weekly. Where's the good resistance? Really? Just back up at 75. Ooh, excuse me. Oh shit, DOT broke out yesterday. Okay, wow. So DOT was up 20%. This just got a confirmation on a daily. How about the weekly? Weekly's not really showing us that much. We had to wait a few more days. 5 more days, I guess. But yeah, look at this damn shit. This is bullish as hell now above the 27 handle. Maybe down into 26, but really 27 handle would be great. This is pretty constructive chart here. ADA kind of squeezing up into the tops here. Man, this thing gets over $3. It's probably going instantly to 325, 330. And after that, it's just blue sky breakout, and it's up until it ain't. So I know that sounds crazy, but that's just what it is. I mean, as long as it's riding this 10 simple, I mean, there's no reason to get super bearish on it. Maybe below 250, we'd start changing the tune. But right now, it's just bull trend intact. Link a lot, yeah, via the total 2. With breaking out, we're seeing this. It's like the altcoins are taking the cake, which I don't like. I want Bitcoin Mama Bear to participate in this because it just makes it a little bit suspicious. But hey, whatever. You know, until Mama Bear is below like that 44,000 area, there's not really any big concern. So altcoin's gonna do what altcoins do. BCH just kind of chilling. A lot of these little lower level ones, they're still in the ranges. How about Monero? Monero's trying to bounce a little bit. Yeah, hey, maybe this is just a retest of this consolidation at about 275. Actually, this looks kind of good. We do need to get back above like 300-ish, but back above 300, which is about where we are now on this daily, I'd probably be looking for a stab to 350 on Monero. Zcash, this is kind of ugly here. Not my favorite chart. In Dash, oh man, look at Dash going. Bouncing right off the trend line. 21 EMA and the horizontal. I mean, this is pretty sexy right there. Dogecoin, the BTC pair. Let's look at it at the dollar pairing. BTC pairing doesn't really have any info for us. Yeah, I mean, just hovering on this bottom end of the horizontal at like 27 handles. So as long as it's kind of holding that, no problems on Dogecoin either. No momentum at all, though, on Dogecoin. A little surprising. Hex just breaking out, just keeps going. This is we just have to keep ratcheting this up, and that's how I like to play bull trends, is just kind of move up to the structure. So when you're like getting here, you break out, then the structure, like we talked about, is about 20. Now we're up here. And now it's breaking out to this top extension move at 24-ish cents. And so as long as we're above this little cluster of candles, I mean, this thing is still looking fine. No problems there. So we're in kind of interesting mode here where altcoins are just ripping face against Bitcoin, which is definitely slightly concerning just because we want Mama Bear to go. But as long as it's not super concerning until Bitcoin, but if Bitcoin were to break below 44K, then I'd be like, oh, snap. Let's go to equities because I'm going to make this a real short video. I'm trying to do it under 20 minutes. Let's see. Breakout, we already seen this. Breakout, follow through. I mean, this is a great looking chart, bullish as hell. You can kind of look at the 3 hour maybe to get some clues. As long as we're holding about 4,500 though, I don't have any reason to be bearish on this asset on equities at all. Easy peasy. Below that, we probably look for a pretty good move, though, down. I'd say, hey, shut your mouth. Shut your mouth, son. My telephone. Who is this from H-Town calling me? It's a verified number, so you know it's real. No, whatever. Whatevers. Let's see. NASDAQ. Same thing, getting follow through, break back above the VWAP in this little cluster. It's getting continuation. I mean, there's just nothing. It's just not bearish. I mean, last week was great. Great close after this little squeeze up, kind of an ugly ascending triangle type thing. And, I mean, on the weekly anyway, it's real sloppy on the daily. But very beautiful run. I mean, this looks really good. We were looking for a big move after the vol flashes, and we were talking about you get throwbacks a lot and fake out moves on the initial part of the price action from this, which was to the downside, right to the Mama 55, and just ripped face since then. And this little consolidation above these highs, pretty nice. And what's a bull market supposed to do? It's supposed to go up, and it's doing what it's supposed to do, so there's no concerns here yet. 3 hour still looks okay. So this is the biggest concern in the markets, I would say, is the Dow. The Dow just isn't doing shit. It might catch up. It has a tendency to kind of be a laggard a lot of the times, or it has been, a lot of this year. But I mean, it's just consolidating above this 35,000 area, and as long as it's above that, I just don't really have any big issues with it. I don't like that it's like not really going at all, but as long as it's holding this like 35,150 short term, it looks fine. You do have a little bit of a concerning 3 hour candle here taking out all these EMAs, but it's getting caught right on the mama. That's probably the most concerning thing, and the bears have reasserted dominance on the 3 hour time frame, and that actually hasn't happened since. Let's see, you had a little blip. Let's see. No, you didn't. It wasn't over it. So actually, this hasn't happened since back over here in this cluster, which actually did show, oh my God, retarded move here. I'm like losing my train of thought and words. It actually prefaced what is this, 2.5% move to the downside. So that is a little bit concerning on the Dow. What about Russell? Russell's breaking out. It looks good. Looks like it's about to hit our upper resistance here at 2,300. And this is kind of in that zone. We're at the top of that range. What happens up here a lot of times? It gets thrown back. So we'll see if it can kind of reset, but it looks pretty damn good. So really the Dow is just the biggest laggard right now. And even transportations are looking better than the actual Dow index. We're rallying nicely off this daily and this little trend line, so not too shabby. VIX getting mollywopped all the way back to the trend line, which is where it does like to spike or cluster for, a week or so. VVIX is the real telling one to me. It's just the VIG has just been totally destroyed. We are coming up to the threshold about 100 in this horizontal where all this business was done, so maybe we get a little spike from that, but I mean, even this can sell off. Let's see, let me see here. We can sell off like 3% and it still isn't messing up the major structure. So now if it all happened in like one single day and cut all this up, yeah, maybe that would be a little bit worse, but we just have to take a day at a time here. And right now it just looks freaking good, man. I mean, it's pretty crazy. Bull, everything is awesome. Let's see. Oil kind of getting some resistance here. I'm going to be a little bit concerned about this if it loses 67 even. We have to kind of ratchet that up. It was 66. We've been watching for a hot minute, but this is starting to get a little bit heavy. You got a lot of resistance. This trend line that goes back like 10 years or some shit. It's really far. And we also have the same thing like the Dow. Bears are regaining their dominance on the lower time frames, which hasn't happened since back over here, which preceded a $6 crash, almost 9%. So a little bit concerning on the oil. Nothing too crazy, but definitely noteworthy that it's kind of just lagging out here. Let's see, bonds probably losing. Yep, they're gapping down. Is this going to be a little abandoned doji baby island candle or something? Possibly. Let's see how it closes. This is right on the damn horizontal. Interesting place for that price action. Let's see, notes, kind of same structure. Let's see, Dixie coming back to the trend line. Not really much. I mean, it's still in an uptrend, higher highs, higher lows, riding this trend line. So it's just, I mean, it looks fine. Big rally on the euro, coming up to this trend line, major resistance at about 119. So kind of interesting moves there. Not really much. Just kind of not really trading that. Sideways on the DAX too, also concerning, just like the Dow. And this is a rejection kind of from a breakout yesterday. That's kind of ugly. It's not my favorite setup, but as long as it's really holding this like 15.7 area, it's fine, but a little bit concerning there. I'd like to see, this is a bull market. It's bullish. What is it supposed to do? It's supposed to be going up. It's not going up, so it's a little bit concerning, and only really has that shown with DAX and the Dow, the two Ds, double Ds. Shanghai is actually breaking out today. How interesting is that? That's pretty cool. Everyone's favorite country. We need some more time, though, to make this definitive, but it does look pretty damn good using this just horizontal at about 35.30. Above that, it looks pretty fine. Gold, what are you doing? Gold is it's trying to reset, stalling, lots and lots of EMAs right here. Literally every single one of them is within $15 of each other. So any price action back below about 1780-ish, I would actually look for this to probably come down another 20 to 40 bucks. But right now, I love this weekly candle slicing through all these EMAs. And I'd really like its bulls to hold 1800. That would get my bull boner nice and erect. But right now, it still looks good. I'm still long precious metal stuff. We just need this to kind of keep holding the 18 and 1780s on the max downside, which you can kind of clearly see on this little structure right here. What the hell, man? Like a bug crawling on my foot or something. Anyway, but right now it is consolidating. Higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low maybe. So gold is definitely trying to do its thing. Little resistance here on the 2-day mama, which is a pretty critical little spot for gold. So kind of just chilling, but hey, as long as it's holding those levels I just spoke about, between about 1780 1800, it looks fine. Silver actually catching up a little bit. Dude, what the absolute hell? Silver catching up a little bit. If it can get back above 24.40, I'd probably look for another 80 cents to a dollar relatively soon after that. It's actually looking pretty decent. Got the oscillators trying to move back around. On the daily, we got the RSI looking pretty sexy. As long as it's pretty much holding that 30 bucks. Oh, shit, yeah. 23.70. We're probably all right. Platinum's kind of lollygagging down here. It's like a real sloppy symmetrical triangle slash kind of descending triangle, but really we're just going to use this as range. As long as it's above 960, it's okay. And really that 1030, 1040 area has kind of been the resistance supply zone to the upper side. Palladium, just kind of pretty nasty for palladium, and we're right at the daily 21. This pivot point. You can see this box, and also breakout retest zone. So this is a very, very hard supply zone. I would imagine there's going to be a shit ton of resistance here in the 2500 handle. As long as it's below that, not super sexy. Definitely the worst of the precious metals. But hey, look at this thing for the last 3 years. Russia stopped selling us this shit, and then look, it just goes up 230%, which actually is happening with ammo now. I think they just did a ban on ammo. The Americans did. So we're probably going to, yep, here we go. Probably going to have these looking pretty damn sexy here. I do like this little rounded base kind of thing. We were speaking about gun stocks a few videos ago, how they kind of look a little bit attractive. You can see OLN is still looking good. Wow, it's just consolidating now, kind of up here on the highs. Very sexy. How about Ruger? Smith & Wesson. Smith & Wesson actually looks really good, above $23. Not too shabby. It does have earnings, it looks like, today after the bell. And Powell, this still looks pretty damn good. We got weekly support. We do. We don't have a higher high here, so that it's like an even, but this could be construed as a ascending triangle or an ascending triangle. And we kind of ping pong here. And if we can get above right here, I would look for a pretty significant move to the upside, probably around like 11 to 13 bucks. More like 12 to 15 bucks if we did like a bullshit little measured move. Yeah, about $14. So pretty nice on this. And what's the risk kind of on here? About 12%. So not too bad. Let's go look at block churn. Right, all this stuff is looking pretty good. This is a pretty sexy pattern right here, as long as it stays above about $34. I do like that a lot. MicroStrategy is okay, kind of just in the middle of this box, not my favorite. Bit F, I do like this one. I actually added to, or re-added to this position after finding it. I don't know, I think it was back over here in early August when I did a video, and it popped up on my scanner. I never even heard of it, and was like, oh, what? And so I re-entered this one. I like this little cluster on top of these main bases at about, mid fives. So it looks pretty damn sexy. Anything back above 650, I do think this thing will test the all-time highs, which is at about $8-ish. You do have this kind of stupid wick, so we're gonna put it at like $7.50 to $8. Coin is actually putting in a nice base right here. This looks pretty damn sexy on Coinbase. If this thing can hold 250, it's probably running to like $300. This thing looks pretty damn good. HUT, same thing. It's been relative strength this whole time, even with the crypto kind of lulls. This thing has just been going up. Remember that for the future, that HUT has a little bit of relative strength against a lot of these other mining companies. Mara is just great. I mean, also same thing. EMA is super erect. There's nothing wrong with this chart until it gets back below like 34. Maybe we ratchet up to like $36. InvestView, I don't know what the hell these guys do. This is a pretty ugly chart, but a lot of times out of this ugly, slow, just nasty price action, you will get some gnarly spikes, especially when it's chilling in little cluster zones. Let's see if we have any weekly support. Yeah, not really on the weekly. It almost kind of looks like a head and shoulders on the weekly, so it better be holding about 11 cents in the longer term. Short term, about 15 cents. Below 15 probably gets us to 11, 12. But above this little pivot here at about, what is that? Let's zoom in a little bit. About 18 cents. Man, I'd probably look for this thing to run pretty hard if that did happen. GBDC, just bullshit. Looks like crap. How about ETH breaking out? Very beautiful. All right, I think that's about it for those. The HODL. Cypherpunk Holdings, you can see no one traded this shit. Look at these daily bars. This is garbage, but a lot more volume's been picking up here this year mostly, so it's a little bit more traded. Not a whole lot of volume still, so I'd be careful when putting in a lot of weight in this. I mean, it only has 123K traded, so yeah, that's not very much at all. But yeah, I mean, kind of same little saucer pattern. As long as it's holding about 16 cents, it looks okay. Anything above 19, I'd look for low 20s. And then we'll have to reassess. Alrighty, let's see what the main market's doing. The Fang Man's all up. Just breakout, research, rip faces off on this move. Wow, Jesus, Amazon. Netflix, wowzer. I mean, dude, this market, it's like, it almost seems like we're going into the full retard mode. Like bull-tard all the way. Tesla's got some catching up to do, but if this market's going to be like this, if Tesla holds like $700, it's probably going back to $850. I mean, this is crazy moves here. It's bullish until it ain't. I'm definitely nervous about blow-off top stuff. A buddy of mine that's a really good trader. Been doing it for 30 years or something. Very successful. He's very cautious. He's moving to just short-term trades. He's very cautious about the price action and the kind of regime that we're in right now. And I'm kind of feeling the same way. But hey, in the ends of the bull market, and some of the easiest times to make money, it's just also easy to give it up too. So just be nimble, man. Maybe use lower time frames, not like higher time frames, like weekly, because you might not be able to get proper info from that. So I've been really hanging my hat on the dailies right now. If the market keeps staying kind of bullish, all of these will probably do really good. Maybe we'll get like some kind of infrastructure crap, and it has green language in there, and Go ahead and put some little horizontals in here, kind of like little zones, and kind of just. Crap, lost my train of thought. Yeah, we'll probably do pretty good if the market just stays bid up, right? And even then, shit, everything is so off its rocker, it doesn't even matter. Let's see. Let's go to Snowflake. Is it breaking out? Yep, it has been, just continuation. Dash, I mean, this is higher lows, higher highs. There's nothing bearish about that. IPO breaking out, resetting the oscillators, coming out of this complex inverted head and shoulders type pattern, which has a conservative measured move of about all-time highs. So, Jesus Christ, Airbnb. Wow, Airbnb looks really good right here. I like this chart. Actually, what are the options on this guy? I'm going to go look at those right now. Airbnb. Oh, that's not the right one. I guess I got to type the right ticker, huh? They got pretty good options on there. Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely good enough to play. I might do, what's the IV? 35, historical, about 30. Okay, so, yeah, I might play some options on this. Maybe look for a move to like 170s on Airbnb. Interesting chart. Neo, whatever. Nikola, whatever. Nice base here. This actually looks pretty good, above $21 after this little sell-off. How about ARK? What are they doing? Whatever. Hate that one. Planeteers looks pretty damn good too. Obviously has a lot of resistance right above where it is now at about $27. You can see we pretty much ran up to there and we're getting rejected so far. But anything daily close over 27 bucks, we probably will hit close to 30. GME is resetting on the daily oscillators, guys. It does have earnings coming up real soon. Actually, wait, what? Why does that say the 1st, but it's plotted on the 8th? Maybe there's this little data discrepancy there. But it does have earnings coming up. Pretty insane chart. I'm pretty speechless about that. Cost still hasn't done anything. I believe that this might be a little bit of a sleeper. Let's see. They do not have options on it at all, so you'd have to just go straight stock on this biatch. Did I buy any of this? I don't think I did. No, I did not. So we've got costs here. Pretty easy risk management. I mean, anything back below like this 16 handle probably sucks. Let's see if the weekly agrees with that. Yes, it does. 1650 is kind of its line in the sand. Just kind of chilling. I mean, I'm actually surprised this hasn't done anything with the meme stock pumps. So I'm actually going to just throw in a little bit of bread on this guy right now, just because why not? We'll see what happens. I'm just going to do like a third of a position here for me. And then we'll kind of go from there. What are we at? Cost. What's the average volume? Pretty low. Yeah, so you only got 200K. That's perfect, though. I'm putting tiny amounts of bread in there. And let's see. 1869. Hell yeah. All right, it filled me on that. So add cost to there. AMC is okay. Looking pretty nice. Rally, pumping. That one was crazy, too. Back over here, I was like, dude, this looks like it's about to pump. So I took a little, I did a bull put spread because IV was high. You don't want to buy premium and lay out debits when the historical vol is high or just the IV is just too high in general. So I sold a put spread on that, and that has been doing actually very good. I might need to take that off because I might already be close to like getting to max. Because when you sell them, you only can make what you sell it for. And so, yeah, I've already got about 30-something% of what I sold it for. About 30. Yeah, so I'm going to leave it on for now because it really has got to break below like 42 bucks to bust that up. Let's go to, yeah, we're going to leave that on for now. I did buy a little bit of Robinhood on this dip over here. I mentioned to a couple of my buddies. They're like, dude, that's insane. It was this FUD over here. I don't even like Robinhood. I don't care though. I trade charts. Doesn't matter to me. And this little base and everybody was talking about, oh, payment for order flow, blah blah blah. It's like, yeah, right, dude. Like, they're not gonna ban that shit. That's what like every broker does. So on that little note, selling off right into like a major little pivot zone, I was like, oh, I'm gonna take a little stab. So that one's working out so far. So good. So good. So far so good. Just said that kind of slow. It sounded weird. Yeah, but anything back above this little mama and the 55 EMA at 47 bucks, I'd probably look for it to come back into the mid 50s somewhere. And then obviously anything below this nice 3-hour candle, when you go and test and then close it back above this pivot here, this little it's not really a doji, but it's just kind of hanging out on the low end of this range. But when you get this test, close back above it, we had a similar one, I believe, on Planetaire back on the daily over here. Yeah, see, like this, when you get these types of candles, very, very sexy, and those usually are putting in bases. So on this 3-hour candle type structure, I'm using about 42, 41 bucks as my stop on that. And I also did get crazy, and I bought a little call against it, or not against it, but just bought a little call just to play a little crazy lotto stuff. Oh, let's see, what else? FOMO. Is FOMO doing good? FOMO's actually about to get FOMO'd, it looks like, above 25.50. I mean, Jesus Christ. Fizz is breaking out of these bottoms. Is kind of what I'm hoping Cost does, especially now that I just bought some. Get some of my hopium on. But pretty nice. All right, let's see where we at. We're already, damn it, 31. I wanted to make it less than 20. Y'all know I can't do that. It's so hard. There's just so much stuff to talk about. It's already almost 11:30 or 12:30. Weed stocks, real quick. I do think weed stocks are still warranted being watched right now. And I know that's crazy. Wow, IIPR, you cannot stop this weed REIT, dude. It is literally just bulletproof, 45 degree in to the upper top right of the chart just every single day. This right here to me is a pretty damn bullish setup. Let's see if we got weekly support. We do. Higher highs, higher lows. We're in a weekly uptrend. We've got the support on the oscillators. Not on the RSI weekly, but pretty close. Dude, what the absolute hell? Pretty close. I like this little saucer type pattern. And we got EMAs reset. I mean, this is pretty damn sexy. And they reset on top of the first breakout attempt over here. So that is pretty badass on MariMed. Let's actually hold up. Let's go measure a 618 real quick. See where that's about at. Yeah, that's what I thought. We're about at it. So it really needs to clear this this $1.15 area and this little cluster, like kind of like a pretty much $1.10 to $1.30. We get over that, man, and this thing's probably gonna run to $2 and beyond. So pretty interesting chart on MariMed. I need to green light that guy. What else do we got? I just think that a lot of these are like forgotten looking charts. It's just like, oh my God. And I think the best way to just look at that is MJ, the ETF, because they pretty much all look like this. So instead of fanning through all of them right now, you just got this slow bleed, just like death. And now we're just at areas filling these gaps, chilling at long-term EMAs. You know, we look at the weekly. We got on these clusters here, this business before breakdown, also this business before breakout. So this is a very, very good pivot zone right here, for sure, very well respected. And so as long as this is holding like 15 handle, I actually think that MJ is pretty damn sexy. And I know it sounds crazy. I'm actually going to go look at the options list right now. Let's see what we got here. It's got pretty damn good options. IV is low. It's in the 30s. That's low for this kind of tradable. And historical IV is about 28. So that's not too bad. You could actually buy stuff in this. But look how it's kind of clustering right here after this rejection from breaking down. To me, this is a pretty clear-cut attempt by the bulls to base out right here. So I definitely do like this chart. Maybe over the next month, like couple months, we can see something into like just sub 20 possibly. Man, I might take a little stab here When was this? February. Even back in June, huh? July. I'm just looking at the options. I'm looking at a couple graphs over here. I'm looking at this price action of the 20 call that expires in October. So just kind of checking that out. Yeah, because you can put price graphs on options. I wish TradingView had that. That would make them super epic if they did that. If I sold the at the money put, can only pretty much get $1. But it's actually above. It's 17, so that puts me at 16. That's not terrible. Maybe I risk reversal this guy. I'm gonna go out to October. No, I mean January. What about January? That looks a little bit better. You can get almost $2 for that one. Let's see here. Do that. Preview it. Give me that preview, baby. That goes out far. So even if I took it to, let's say, a month out, let's see what that does. Maybe if it'll load. Sometimes this shit can't load. What is this? 16. All right. So if it loses 16 bucks, oh, that's nothing. Oh yeah, I'm probably gonna sell this put right here. Let's see. You can get the January 17 put, which is about where we're at. It's a little bit above, but they're giving $2 at mid price on that guy, and that gives me protection to like below this structure. So that's all I care about. I won't hold it past that anyway. So. Interesting. Should I wait on this? Hold up real quick. Man, I don't know. I think I'm going to just have to do it. I think I'm going to sell it. Let's see if I can get right at mid-price. See if they'll give me $2 for it. All right. Let's see. Nope, they're not giving me $2. How about we'll work it down a penny? Nope. I don't want to go much lower than that. I'll go down one more penny, and then we'll see if that gets filled. I'm going to let that work for a second. And if not, I'll just probably move to straight shares and then sell a call against it maybe. Although they're only freaking 80 cents, so it's not really going to do much. All right, let that work. I'm a little below mid-price right now, a couple pennies. They're still not filling me, which is okay. I like actually when it's harder to fill. I don't like when it's auto-fill. That's usually not a good sign. Oh, Novavax, you little bitch. Look at this thing. Oh, shit. I think I actually took that one off the other day. I wasn't doing anything. I just was like getting bored with it. And you know what? That's what I get. Losing the opportunity, losing the money and profits because I was just bored and wanted to move the money somewhere else. But there was no reason to get out of the trade. It's just consolidating at the top of this box, which is bullish. So, you know, whatever. What are you going to do? CVAC. Man, CVAC's nice. Pfizer has lost a lot of its luster. Holy shit. It's down damn 11%. But it is testing right here at the previous all-time high right now. So that might be an opportunity zone coming up on Pfizer. And looks like wow, Regeneron just can't stop going up. This one actually looks kind of good too, consolidating at these this little cluster and looking left. Let's see if we got support on the weekly. Oh my gosh, the weekly is actually kind of resetting. Get this shit out of here, dude. This is crazy. As long as it's holding about 850-ish, this thing could pop back up, man, really hard with a vengeance. Holy shit, that's so crazy. Man, this market's nuts, man. I'm actually going to add this to the watch list, because the green light, because damn. All right, man, I'm going to go one more penny and see what happens. There it was. That's what they wanted. All right, so I got filled a few pennies below mid-price. That's not too bad. I'll take it. And that is on MJ. It's a crazy trade. I know it's not a hot sector right now, but I just really like these charts, kind of how they're basing out. And you got this major support. Anything back below this 1620 level, or 16 flat, I will take that trade off. All right. I got about 50% of my discovery position on. And you're like, what? You sold it over here on this? This is why I like to sell puts. If the underlying is not too big and it doesn't take up too much of my capital in the margin. But this is why I like to sell puts on smaller stuff, sub $50, even 100, versus just buying the stock outright. Because just imagine if I bought the stock right here, I put this trade on one of these three. It was like right over here somewhere. I put this trade on right over here. And if I would have just bought the shares, I'd be pretty much dead even, right? After 28 days, I'd be dead even. But instead, I just sold the put right underneath it. I think I sold the 27.50 put in October. It's still got 44 days left. When I put it on, it had about 90. Or I guess not 90. It was like 70-ish, 60, 70-ish. And so buying the shares lost money. Or not lost money, but zero money. Just flat. And that's opportunity cost. That money could be working somewhere else. But selling the put, price hasn't done anything, and I'm still up. I've gotten 50% of the credit I received. So I've actually made money while the stock did absolutely nothing. And that is the power and amazingness of, especially of naked put selling to get long instead of just buying the shares. And a lot of people are like, "Oh, naked puts, it's so dangerous." It's the same risk profile as buying 100 shares. It's actually a little bit better because your cost basis is reduced a little bit because you collected a little bit of credit. In this case, I sold that thing for, let's see, what did I sell them for? I sold my lots for $2 almost a piece, and they're only worth like $1 now. So 50% of that premium's come out while it's just gone sideways and done nothing. So isn't that way cooler? People don't like it because it's like, oh, I only can make that $2 if this shit blew to the upside like 20, 30%. I would just make that $2 per contract and then that would be it. But like, whatever, man. Unlimited gains. You're like, that's the allure of buying calls and puts, is that they can just keep going up. They're almost like lottery gambling allures to them. It's not like it's not usually practical. Like, usually stuff like that doesn't happen. Usually you don't get massive super beast mode trends like this. It's like, it's kind of rare. Usually you're clustering, going sideways, and it's boring. So, or just kind of melodically going up, like this up, down, or wait, that's not how you draw. Kind of just like this, like up. Usually they're not just like this, like kind of back over here. So, just kind of. So I'm still going to hold on to that for now. I've got plenty of decay on that and stuff, and all that is working in my favor. I'm not too worried about it. Let's go check window, because window looks like it's breaking down a little bit more. I did buy like right around here, like 560, so I'm not too worried. I will be a little bit nervous if it breaks this 520 area, 525. I'll probably let the position go, but as of now, I'm just going to hold on. I'll buy a little bit more in the upper 520s and maybe 530s, but right now I'm just kind of chilling with what I've got. And I only did a 40. It's a little over a third of my normal size. That way I can add if I need to help kind of my cost basis on that. Man, Bit F is already freaking working for me today. Let's go. Oh, what else? Outlook. That was one I found on my scanner. That one actually did really, really good. Very nice. I'm happy with that. Still got this GDX thing that I opened up. And these I bought some of them. So the buy side is killing me a little bit on my... because I sold some puts too. And so the buy part of that, the premium, the decay, has kind of slapped me, and I only have got a couple of weeks left, so I'm thinking about taking those off for the small loss that I've got on them, but I am going to wait to see what happens with this weekly close, because I do want to see how gold closes, if it can do a weekly close above this structure at the right around 1820, which is where I really wanted last week it to close. It almost did it, but so I'm going to be a little patient on that. I don't want to over manage And I think that's probably it for today. But wrap up real fast. I already did way longer than I wanted to, but that's all good. Had to make up for some time. Bitcoin will probably catch up. If it doesn't, though, by the weekend, I would be very, very concerned about these pumps on the altcoins. If we don't break pretty much 50K this weekend, I would be very concerned about some of these moves here that we're seeing, because they're pretty much all in altcoin land. I mean, Link hasn't done shit for a while. Now it's pamping. That's all fine and dandy and stuff, but we really want Mama Bear to play. So Mama Bear, that's the one thing I would say about it in the overall market. But individually, if it gets above 49, probably 49.5 on a daily does it. 49.5, I would expect us to break 51K and probably work our way up to the mid 50,000 area. Anything back below 46, though, will negate that for me, and I'll probably look for a test of 44, and then we have to see kind of how that plays out, because we could be threatening the structure. That's not happening yet. I just like to prepare for both sides, not predict. And anything back below 44, 42 is that super line in the sand. Don't let that shit break. Ethereum is just in full breakout mode above 33.30-ish. There's nothing crazy about it except for that Bitcoin problem. And then if we go over here to the 3 hour, you can kind of, I'll probably just be watching the short-term MA and kind of the price structure and be ratcheting up any kind of stop and exits for this. As long as it's riding up the shortest one and we keep bouncing and making higher highs, higher lows on this 3 hour, I don't have any reasons to get super bearish, but I will be looking for Bitcoin to actually get its shit together by this weekend. If not, again, I will be pretty concerned about these moves. It's just kind of crazy that Bitcoin don't want to play. So, but hey, as long as it's above 46K and just hovers there, and if we can get like a higher daily close here, because we haven't had one in a while. Like, hell, it's been, how many days is this? It's been 12 days, almost 2 weeks, and we haven't done anything. So I kind of have to see what goes on from there. But yeah, Bitcoin above 50K by this weekend would be very sexy for the general market. And right now, the Ethereum unicorn shirt man is just telling the whole market to suck it. It's like, bitch, I got NFTs. What? You want to buy a pixelated dot JPEG for 8 ETH? Pfft, hell yeah, I'm going to buy 7 of them. Anyway, traditional markets, look, they're still fine. ES is fine above 4,500. No problems until it gets below there. As of now, NASDAQ looks fine. The biggest thing is, like, Bitcoin's not participating with the cryptos. The Dow is not participating with the regular markets. And there is a concern on the 3 hour. It does have a reset on bearish momentum, which we haven't seen since back over here when it dropped to 2+%. So anything back below a 3 hour close below 35,250, I would probably look for this to come test around 35,000 again, and then we'll kind of have to reassess. But this is the biggest concern in traditionals. Russell is just whatever. It's just at the top of its stupid range has been in for the whole year, so who cares about that? Unless you're a range trader, you might want to think about shorting, especially if we get back up here above 23, because you can see it does not live very long above 2,300. So if you're a range trader, maybe you get an opportunity here pretty soon. And other than that, guys, much love. I will see y'all guys mañana, and happy trading. Plan your trade your plan. Do it. All right, get it in. I'll see y'all mañana. Much love. Peace.